here, always known. Might not be used to seeing me. I've been on these a couple of times, but I'm running this show tonight. My name's Beverly. I'm the digital media director for Red, Wine, and Blue, which means, oh, thank you. Means different things to different people. Mostly I'm a pain in the ass. Anyways, so I'm going to go through and introduce all of these beautiful ladies that are around me here in a second. But first, I wanted to go through just some like quick housekeeping stuff since we're all here and together. First and foremost, I am so excited to announce that we are going to have another Housewife Challenge. How many of y'all found us through the Housewives Challenge, the original one we had, right? We had a lot of fun mocking Donald Trump for being an utter dumbass when he talks about suburban women. This time we're going to do it where we're going to show us actually voting. So that is #HousewivesVote. I want to see your pictures with you all decked up in your best pearls and curls and ballot and however you are going to vote. So if you want to participate in that, please throw up a picture with the hashtag. We're going to be running them through the page like we did last time. Please, please, please do it. I want to show as many people as possible that, you know, Trump's suburban housewives aren't the tied up vote that he thinks they are. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So harass your photographer, get ready, and send us those photos. It's going to be a really fun thing that we're going to do. Secondly, what I would like to announce is that we have some merch now, y'all. We have some good stuff. I think we have Julie, who is rocking a Suburban Housewives Against Trump shirt, which is very important. I'm putting that link out in the comments now. We also have these wine tumblers and Suburban Housewives Against Trump aprons, Act and Love Not Hate t-shirts, Vino the Vote t-shirts. It was a big, big ask for us to get merch, and we have got it. You now have it. Everything supports Red, Wine, and Blue, except the Act and Love Not Hate t-shirt, which supports the kindness initiative at the Columbus Foundation, which is Dr. Acton's program, thingamabobber, whatever you want to call it. No, we do not have fly swatters, Michelle. I am very sorry. However, now that you bring that up, like maybe we'll mention it. Oh, crap. And I should say that we were going to have Miss Superfly join us tonight. She sends her kindest regards after her evening on Mike Pence's snowy mountaintop of a head. She's actually contracted pink eye. So just want to wish best wishes to Miss Superfly for a speedy recovery.
And flies have more than two eyes.
Right, like that is insane. Like, can you think of the amount of eye drops this little poor fly who has done so much for us is gonna have to go? Stay strong, Miss Superfly. We'll catch you on the other side. So with that, I think that's all. I'm gonna, just again, check out the store, buy the stuff if you like this great content that we bring you with all of these great ladies. Support us through the merch. Oh, we don't have the Mamala for Kamala shirt on any of our beautiful models tonight, but that is one that you should definitely get to show your support for Kamala Harris after last night's VP debate. So with that, I just want to introduce my Julies and Anita. So we have Julie Collins, that is directly to whatever direction that is for you to see. She is a regional organizing person with Red, White, and Blue, regional organizer with Red, White, and Blue. We have Julie Womack, who is the organizing director for Red, White, and Blue. And we have Anita Keller, who I understand is a badass at Outvote for Red, White, and Blue. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Totally.
HBIC for Outvote, which is our app. Right. You are the one that has won all the gifts and prizes because you are the best at it. Right.
Wow. Did you notice her holding up her tumbler because she won that? Because she's sitting up. So
I won that. Cheers. Yeah. Thank you. It was fun. It was easy from my couch, actually from my bed, which is my command center. And it was very easy. I just opened the app. I saw content that I felt would be good for me to share, and I shared it, and I got responses, and it was great because I've heard from people that I hadn't heard from in quite some time that are super supportive, and focused, which I like to see. They're focused. Their little thing says they're just super voters, and I love it. And they've gotten even more involved now. And I think I'd like to say that part of that new involvement is because of me. So do it. It's easy.
That's that relational organizing that we talk about all the time. Yes.
Exactly.
People
actually want information because they really do want to feel like they know what they're talking about when they go to vote. So you can be that person, right? Anita is now that person.
I like to be that person. I like to talk. That's probably a curse, but it's been a blessing so far in my life. So works for me.
I mean, I think it depends on who you ask about me, if that's been a blessing or a curse for me. Like my mother would say no, but my friends might say yes. So I feel that with you.
Yeah.
So Anita, thank you so much for agreeing to come on here. It was one of the things when we were talking about in our Red, Wine, and Blue chat last night as we reacted and, bitched about the VP debate, praised Kamala Harris for how magnificent she was at destroying Mike Pence and laughing at Mike Pence and the fly on his head. Julie pointed out that you were coming in quick with all the hot opinions and everything. So just like starting off, what was your favorite moment of the debate?
My favorite moment of the debate was the first look that Kamala gave to the vice president. Because, as I said, if you were raised in a household by a Black woman, and you know what I mean when I say this, that look means stop talking. I've shared it with my children. They understand. My mother shared it with me. I understood. If you ask anybody in my family, they will say, we understand. The difference between that look and Mike Pence is that he does not understand. And I think that's going to be a problem for him with not just Black women, but suburban women do not like to be have someone be condescending to them.
Correct.
To be, oh, honey, come on now. And he has that voice. So that's all I could think of last night was the fact he sounds like the minister that would say to a young parishioner or congregant, well, now, Betty Sue, I'm sure your parents would agree that this is okay. So that's that persona that is Mike Pence for me. And I can't support that, for one thing. I can't condone it. And I'm certainly clearly not being quiet about it. So he needs to understand, both of them do, to be frank, when to stop talking. It's an art. You have to learn it, but you can do it, and they need to learn.
Isn't that something, I mean, like hashtag all men, like, just learn when to stop talking when you've lost or when your point, like, just, I've heard some people talk about the debate last night as chilling, if only for the fact, like, we have this, object as Donald Trump, right? He's the one that's all the lies, and there's some kind of like mythical, like, well, the other Republicans are better and there are normal Republicans, and Mike Pence has really been the bulwark for that, right? So I think to see him come up and he lies just as straight faced as his boss does, right? There's nothing decent, nothing honest, right? And she ferreted that out of him, and he did not know what to do with himself. I mean,
well, he had two women on stage that he just completely tried to roll over. He rolled over Susan Page as if she weren't even there. He used that voice with her. Well, Susan, I understand you asked me a question, but I'm not going to answer it because I want to go back here and talk about this. That's ridiculous.
And she continued to ask him over and over again to be quiet, and he would.
Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President. Oh my God. That's why my TV is far away.
So you can't throw things at it with like accuracy.
Yeah, and I don't need to.
I've never seen anybody who didn't read I mean, like, you know that you're losing women left and right. Like, you are just, women are falling off a cliff not to support you. And then you go into a room with two women, you miss the signals coming from your opponent, and you try to run roughshod over the moderator. I'm like, you are tone deaf beyond anything. I just was, I think I immediately started texting people, is he really talking over the moderator? Is he really ignoring, it was just so obvious to me.
Well, I mean, it was classic mansplaining. He was trying to mansplain the Republican platform. And it was very condescending. It was just the whole thing, it was just ridiculous. And, I thought she held her poise very well. I thought she got her points across very well. And I think that when she didn't want to answer him, she just went on and did what she was going to do and talk about what she was going to talk about. And it was too bad that he wanted to talk about something else because that was not what she was there for. You had asked about a favorite moment. Mine was when she says, "Oh, you want to talk history?"
Yeah.
At that moment, I knew she was going to be bringing out the receipts.
Right. Just
because that's
like
what
a CVS receipt, right?
Yes.
Just the CVS of all receipts.
Yeah.
Did you not like sit up straighter in your chair? Like, as soon as she said that, oh, well, I'm so glad. I was like, oh, here it comes.
I know.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
It just made you feel uncomfortable for him. It was like, oh boy, you don't get your ass beat now.
Yes.
I mean, and there were moments too, and like, bless the fact that they had this in split screen, because that truly, the best moments from these debates, I think back to the Elizabeth Warren ones from the primary that were just hysterical, where she was like, the expressiveness of the split screen when you knew it's every woman's face, right? We've all been in that meeting where the one dude thinks he knows it all and he's going to tell us all about it. And, sit down, little lady, I have this. And just, we've all had those moments. And to see that be so, I mean, we talk about like representation and everything like that, but just to see she truly was like every woman in that moment. And that just makes my heart happy.
She's a United States senator. She's a lawyer. She's very learned, very accomplished. And I was really angry when we will say Kamala, and that, but we're not saying that to her face. We would never have the audacity to do that to her face. Right. And when the commentator said that to her, and she says, "That's fine. I'm just Kamala." But we've all had that where our accomplishments have been reduced down to, oh, well, wait, did you pass 6th grade? And it just made me mad when that happened. But he treated her that way the entire, like, she just didn't even have a brain, and it was just ridiculous that he had to even talk to her. But I want to talk about how he and his boss show up to these things sick. He had pink eye. He totally had pink eye. I saw some pictures that were enlarged in his, eyelid. I have had pink eye a bazillion times in my life. I know pink eye when I see it, and he had it. And pink eye is a sign of COVID. So you cannot tell me that he doesn't have COVID. You can't tell me that. And even
he canceled stuff today too.
Even right? At the end, Mother didn't look like she was all that well either. So
Mother didn't have a mask on. Mother was the only one on the stage at the end that didn't have a mask on, and they also weren't holding hands, which is creepy. I mean, if my husband had just gone through a debate, I'm not sure it would have just been his hand I was holding.
Right.
But it's just creepy how they are creepy.
Well, it's back to the tone deaf thing. I'm like, it's back to the tone deaf. Like, they're completely, like I said, women aren't supporting them, but they were completely like being abusive on the women on stage last night. And then they got so much crap online for the Trump family not wearing their mask, refusing masks, taking off their mask. I honestly was shocked when I saw Karen Pence walk up there with no mask. I'm like, are you kidding me? How did you not just hear what happened in the last debate and all the pushback you got on that? And we know that the women who they're losing want people to wear masks. We're putting our kids in masks to go to school, right? I mean,
yeah,
right.
That was something I heard tonight. It's interesting that they refuse the idea that a mask can be helpful, but they want kids to go to school, they want people to go back to work, and they want people to vote, and they're saying all you have to do is wear a mask. So make up your mind. Right. Make up your mind. Is it safe to go out with a mask on? Is it safe to go out without a mask on? It's not safe to go out without a mask on. I work for doctors. It's not safe. You don't go outside without a mask on. You don't go into Walmart without a mask on. You don't go to the gas station without a mask on. I mean, it's ridiculous that that's all it takes, and they want to make this a red and blue thing.
It's not.
And I don't understand it. They could wear their little Confederate mask. I don't give a shit. But wear a mask.
As long as they're wearing it.
Sorry. I have a potty mouth, and I'm really sorry.
We welcome that here and here.
That's acceptable, entirely acceptable.
Right.
I'm really sorry.
But,
I have
to the point about the masks, about like just the basic little bit of human decency. When he rolled up there and was talking about like, well, we had the Amy Coney Barrett event outside, which is what our scientists said we're fine. Well, first of all, that whole event was not outside.
No.
There are pictures of them inside. And secondly, there was no social distancing. And you see Senator What's-His-Face, giving everybody a bear hug like they haven't seen him since their freshman year at high school.
Right.
Just spreading COVID around. And you hear about like other people that were there have not been contacted. Like they had a super spreader event.
Yep.
At the White House. And the head of that task force lied about it on national television.
Yeah. And they have no qualms about doing it. They don't care. They don't care. He said all that stuff to Bob Woodward, and people say, but you're on tape. And he said, but I didn't say it. I didn't say that. That's not me. And they took it out of context. It's not out of context. I mean, it's just the lies and the
context is there. The whole tape is there.
The whole tape is there. And these other people are saying, so for the first time in I don't know how many years on Facebook, I blocked somebody. I've never blocked anybody before. This was the first, and I hope only, but I just couldn't do it anymore. After this whole COVID issue with him, it was the end. It was the end for me with him. I'm done. I've been done. But I mean, this was like, who knew you could be less human than inhuman? So she commented and she said, oh, if he shit gold bricks, you'd still find fault with him. And I'm like,
well, why doesn't he try it? Let's see. I mean, gold bricks and we'll see what happens.
He says, the economy. It would be city gold. I mean, it would be horrible. And would you want it? I mean, really? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't care who's with the gold brick. Probably take it. Like in this.
Now, come on now. Come on, Beverly. No.
I got Bill.
No.
All right. Okay. Fine. No Donald Trump shit bricks.
There you go. No.
Throw up my hands. It will not happen.
Okay.
I just think.
I know, but I think back to Julie's point.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, your point, Julie, was that he was sick and he got up there and was fighting having plexiglass.
Yes.
They didn't want the plexiglass. I'm like, dude, you are head of the coronavirus task force. You clearly are sick. At the very least, you've been exposed to President Trump and all of these people in the super spreader, and you don't even want to have the decency to put some plexiglass next to you?
Well, and we know he has COVID. Like, I don't wish it on anybody, yada, 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 all the things that I need to say so you don't judge me. However, he had the pink eye. He's been in contact with the president, and he canceled all of his events today. Like, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to think about the fact that he has COVID, right? Like, he's definitely, even if he doesn't, he has been exposed and it's not safe. Like, for him to be anywhere near Kamala Harris, put her in bubble wrap.
Right. Absolutely.
Which goes back to the disrespect, right? Back to the disrespect. Like, didn't care what she had to say, didn't care if he exposed her. You know,
it's total disrespect for not just, I mean, for everybody in that audience. He was disrespectful for everybody that wasn't him. He was disrespectful to the moderator. He was disrespectful to Kamala Harris. He was disrespectful to all the Americans that really are going to try and give them both a chance to speak and say their part. But that's not what they're doing. They're just lying, and I'm going to use a big word here, obfuscating.
Yes.
And they just, I know, impressive, huh? And it's like, okay, that's all right. You know, they're just trying to win the election. And they don't seem to understand, if they win the election, you will have no more insurance. You will not ever be able to get that abortion for that daughter of yours who's 12 years old and the lumberjacks got hold of. I mean, it's just ridiculous that they were cut off their nose to spite their faces.
It makes you really question what the end game is, right? Like, because I don't know. There's like the mix of, is there strategy here, or is it truly just Veep style insanity? Like, just how do you think this ends? What are you going to gain? Like, do you think you can just continue gaslighting us? Like, and I guess there's something about like the fact that their party is majority like white man. You know what I mean? Because they've gotten away with gaslighting Americans and people and women and their kid for so long. Like, it's not shocking to me that they think that can work. But even in the face of evidence, like we have the polling, right? Suburban women are not smelling what they're stepping in, to be very classy about it. But they still get double down. I don't understand the logic. And this is like you remember that book in the 90s, like The Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus? Is there a follow-up to be written about like the Republican brain versus
Beverly, let's just examine that question, because have they ever had a plan for anything in the past 4 years? No. They have no plan. They have no idea. I know that the staffers and some of the people that work at the White House staff are wondering, where am I going to find a job? Should I bail now, or should I wait until after the election? Am I going to be able to get a job after the election? Is anybody going to hire me after the election? And when I say that I worked for 4 years in the Trump White House, I wouldn't hire you. Sorry. So, they're panicking. I think they're panicking, and I also think they're panicking because they don't know what to do with Kamala Harris. They can't call her out as a nasty woman, although they will, but they don't want to alienate any more of their female base. Because there's some young women out there that are just kind of, I don't know how they're hanging on. Maybe it's because of the wealth that they see that could be coming their way if they stay the course, and their stock portfolios will grow. I don't know what it is that holds young women to Trump. It's scary to me.
Stockholm syndrome.
Well, and I honestly don't buy that they are not, like, I think you just said something like, they know they can't scare the women. I don't know if they do know that. Like, I feel, again, didn't Trump just tweet today something about her being unlikable, and like Chuck Grassley and a bunch of other Republican men were tweeting, and I'm like, as a woman, that is just going to annoy every woman who has been judged about, you don't smile enough. You don't. So
yeah, but
exactly.
Misogyny is also a hell of a drug, and that is like, no offense to anybody who is like a recent convert from other way, because you are welcome here. We are happy to have you. Like, bless you for being strong enough and courageous enough to change your mind, because that's not a hard thing to do. but like I grew up Southern Baptist, like in the South, like the ingrained racism and misogyny that I continuously like day to day have to try to check myself in and respond and think differently. Like it's a process, and I consider myself like a pretty woke individual, but it is like when you're just starting that or when you've constantly been in it. I mean, there's definitely like some cult aspects to this like level of conservatism that is
even in Jonestown, the people started to wonder, is this real? Should I really be here? And then they decided, some of them, that maybe they shouldn't. And that's when all hell broke loose.
Well, I think too that it still boils down to the same thing that I've been talking about this whole year, this whole election cycle, is it's about seeing someone's humanity. They don't see people of color's humanity. They don't see women's humanity. The only thing that matters to those white men is them.
Yeah.
And as long as they are where they want to be, then they're happy. When they have to look around and help somebody else, care about somebody else or whatever, that's when the problem comes in. And to me, that's why this election has so much at stake. It's not just the programs and the rights and things that we are going to lose if they have another 4 years, but it is also a continual decline in the recognition of humanity of people who are considered other. And that's just, we've got 26 days for this. So I don't know what the other ladies are drinking, but I actually have a Bloody Mary because, we got these new parties that we're calling tequila and texting. Time for the hard stuff. So tonight I brought the hard stuff. So
that is, and I don't know if I brought it up before, but I don't we have like a really special tequila and texting event next week coming up?
We do indeed.
Thursday. Julie
Indeed.
talk about that?
Julie, you want to talk about that?
Oh, well, I can. So you guys know we do these shows on like Thursday night with some really cool guests. So we're going to have an event for tequila and texting. So you guys take action. And we are going to be joined by a really special guest who just loves us and wants to come and talk to all of you guys. What's her name again? Alyssa Milano?
Yes, Alyssa Milano.
So next Thursday at 8:00, the 15th of October, be here with your hard stuff, with your phone. We're going to text. We're going to talk to Alyssa. It's going to be really cool.
It's going to be so awesome. Please, if you
come on, guys, we are the cool club. We're the cool club. People are coming to talk to us.
Yep.
Okay, I realize I'm pointing at Julie Womack. However, below Julie Womack, thank you. If you have not yet downloaded the Outvote app, at which Anita is the pro of,
not at this though. I'm horrible at this. Oh my God! There we go. There we go.
Yes. Well, so we'll have.
I told you I sucked at this.
No,
I told you.
And
I'm
we
horrible.
told you are completely insane. So we're gonna have Alyssa Milano next week. She is gonna come on and do tequila and texting with us, which is the coolest fucking thing in the world. Like, I'm so jazzed. But you can't, you need to download the app first. Like, we're gonna be talking. You could be here, but don't you want to participate and maybe like get the opportunity to come on and ask Alyssa Milano a question? I'll have to check with her about that, but whatever, I'm gonna say it. So if you download the app like we've done before and take an action, or like Anita and 3,000 actions, and just like get everybody in there and be amazing, not only can you win like prizes from the new store and all of that stuff. See, we will bribe you to save democracy. We're not against it. Yes. So whatever you need from us, we're gonna help you reach out to your friends.
Yep.
You are the influencer. You are the pillar of information of your community. You don't believe it because misogyny and all that other stuff, but you are. So make sure you're downloading the app. Make sure you're sending all of your friends the good content that that we create here at Red, White, and Blue.
I was gonna say, I want you to come on next Thursday, and I want you to say to your friends, I just spent the evening drinking and texting with Melissa Milano. Yeah. Because you can say
that's
that.
That's a cool story to have, right? You want that. So again, take action. We're going to pick somebody to come up and meet Alyssa Milano, and you want that person to be you. So make sure you're reaching out to your friends, sharing the really cool Red, White, and Blue content, which is superior. I mean, let's be honest. So anyways, final thoughts before we wrap this up, like final debate thought, because we're at half an hour and we got to let these ladies go get ready for Maddow.
So my final thought is we have 26 days. And it's it's after 7:00 on this 26th day, so really 25 days and a smidge. So we've got a lot to do. We reach out to absolutely every person that we know, and get them to vote, early vote. We want everybody in the state of Ohio to either do absentee or early vote. That way, there is not going to be any way that he can contest the election here. Because those votes are ready to go and are counted 7:30. It's an automatic thing. Then they wait for the precincts, and we will have a decision on election night if we can get everybody out between now and, well, that would be the second. The second's the last day you get to early vote. So let's get this done. Let's get this so wildly, just lopsided that there's just no way that he can even question.
100%.
Agreed. 100%. Vote, vote, vote your conscience, vote your heart, vote what you know deep down, maybe not so deep with some, but deep down is the right thing to do. Do the right thing. And also join Outvote, because this is like good trouble. So it's fun. It's really fun. I'm not lying. I don't do stuff that's not fun. So come join us.
Yeah, I just want everyone to remember how you felt in 2016 when you woke up. And I know so many of us were like, we never want to feel that way again. We want to do everything we possibly can. People, it's now. It is right now. So do everything you can. Talk to everybody you can. You will definitely make a difference. And we are definitely here to support you and have your back. There's a whole community of women who are working so hard to do this. So join us.
Absolutely. Thank you all. You are all beautiful. I appreciate you so much for coming on and doing this with me. I want to give one more shout out to Housewives Vote, which is going to be our new photo challenge. If you participated in the last one, you know how fun it was. So start sending those to me. Again, thank you, Julie, and Anita for riding this train with me tonight. And suffer, we made it through the debate. We saw Kamala Harris literally eat a man alive on stage.
The fly.
Yes. Sorry again to Miss Superfly. Speediest of recoveries. We are all thinking about you. Thoughts and prayers. Like we are with you. Get a good doctor. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night. Thank you.